Okay. So, hello, everybody, and welcome today. It's a really beautiful day to let your freedom grow, and nobody should be in jail for a plant. And you know that Freedom Grow is a really beautiful outlet to give commissary money to the prisoners that are in jail for pot. We've got Hemp Fest on the board here. We've got beautiful Crazy Pot Mom not outside in the snow today. And we got beautiful Genie 420, and it's almost like Women in Weeds Day, and that beautiful bamboo outside with Kim looks like weed growing. When I was at the beautiful hemp grow down in California with Larry Serban, they're making 4x8 sheets of hemp fiber board right now. There's no excuse, everybody, to globally to make wood for houses anymore from trees. Why don't we just stop, going for everything that has to do with fossil fuels and trees? There's even hemp batteries now. There's hemp biofuel. So, like Tommy Chong said, and we actually, called Tommy this week to see if he was available, but he's not. So we'll have him on again soon. But right now, everybody, this is just a really blessed day. World 420 Day every fourth Weedsday. We honor the prisoners, and we'll do a 42-second meditation to visualize them coming home and being free. But I had a aha this weekend and last night about Jim Crow. And Jim Crow is not just, some plantation manager. It's a symbol of the amount of people that are in jail that are not white. Okay. And so we're dealing with that again, yet again. And even the fact is that we don't take sides, and we don't get too political on our show, even though it is a political show. And I'm talking here that we want to end prohibition for our lane. We're in the lane to end prohibition. We've got Hempfest that has been doing it for 30 some odd years. We have Eric Boone all the way in Europe these days to help us make that a reality. We'll have a smaller Hempfest, but we'll be there, and we'll be holding space for the prison side of things, and we'll have them on stage with us. We'll see what we can do, and we'll raise money for Hempfest and for all the festivals that are going to provide energy and knowledge about this is still going on. There are still people in jail for pot. So that's the main road that I cruised down since the early days when I watched Up in Smoke for the first time as a kid. I wasn't even smoking them, but I saw, Tommy Chong and Cheech blow smoke into the cop when they pulled him over, and the cop said, "Oh, that's really good shit," and that's the cop. So it is time to um, unravel, unleash, come together again planetarily, listen to the Dalai Lama and people that are telling us to meditate and to educate ourselves so we can end prohibition, bring people like Jeff Mazansky home right here, this photograph, and all the prisoners that are in jail. So welcome today to World 420 Day on Weeds Day. I'm getting pretty good at this, and I feel good today. And we're really blessed to have everybody on board today. Again, it feels like a Women in Weeds Day because we've got three beautiful, lovely women. I invited Dale Sky from Oaksterdam, and she may show up today. Let's just hold space for everybody who's here or not here, because we're coming for you, prisoners. And I'll do a round the horn thing. But before we do that, because I know that Eric just has a few minutes. He's got a dinner engagement. It's late in the evening over there. So welcome, Eric, and Kim. Kim Green is in Bainbridge. Eric's in Portugal, and we've got Canada in the house and another Washingtonian. So, and we have Kyrie Irving there. So, slam dunk there with the big doggy boy. And I'm going to share my screen and do our intro, and then we will talk to Eric a little bit, see what an update we have on HempFest. So I'm sharing my screen, everybody. Whoops, I'm going to unshare my screen because I didn't put the sound on. And it's one of those back office things that, us people that are on a lower budget, not a no budget, but a lower budget, we don't have a back office team with us with a little van outside my studio here. So I'm going to go straight to my big time and have I'm going to look for our intro, and here we go. As we go back in our memories of all of the OGs we have ever met, we remember where we've been. Radiotron, Ice-T. My path has been so blessed with so many people, and now we have the new green farming. We're going to end prohibition, everybody. Let's get this party started. Good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Somewhere it is time for breakfast. Weedsdays says the Jim Crow is out of proportion on the planet, and today we will touch on that. And it's WORLD420 day, everybody. We'll take a 42-second meditation and visualize all prisoners being free in 23. It's episode 140, everybody. Maybe it'll be 1420 soon. So that's my little mini intro this morning, everybody. And while we're at it, let's talk a little bit about the Jim Crow here. But first, we'll come back and do that. We'll honor Mr. Boone here with an update. And Mr. Boone, we would love to hear from you because we know your time is short today. And everybody else, hang tight. We've got Solo in the house, and everybody else. Here we go. Mr. Boone, tell us what's going on and a little bit about your take on Jim Crow and how it's going with HempFest organization.
Yeah, well, just happy Weed Wednesday, everyone. Have been out and about for a few weeks here, so happy to be back here on Weed Wednesday. I think that actually this is Happy New Year. I'm not sure that I've been with any of you for 2023. So HempFest, exciting news from that standpoint. Like we are actively working on being back in the park for the third weekend of August in Seattle this year. It's been a long time coming, but permits are flying, and we are actively planning two meetings a week. I'm zeroing in on the final stretch for our website update. Some exciting things with that. Allow a lot of volunteers to coordinate through there and everything. And yeah, we're really excited about it. It's a little bit of a labor of love, I should say, because all of these planning meetings take place in the late afternoons. Seattle time, so I'm normally up at like 3 or 4 in the morning to work on these because I'm here in Lisbon. So that's it's going to be interesting to see if I can make it through the end without having a psychotic break of some sort. But we'll see what we can do.
Well, don't forget to let me know about some of the meetings. I'll come in and do what I can for media, and I'd love to help with the media team.
Cool. Yeah, that'll probably happen pretty soon here, actually, Jeff. But
yeah,
one of the I don't know if I made this announcement. This is a little bit more of a solemn announcement. But after 25 years behind the captain's wheel, Vivian McPeak has opted to step aside.
We had Vivian on. He talked about it. He wasn't there, but I interviewed him, and he made an announcement himself also about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So that was a big shock to all of us, and we really hope that it gets better. He's still there in the background, and I don't know if he said, but the board actually unanimously voted for me to take his place.
We know that, and so share it with the World Hemp Hooray. We're really excited.
Thank you. It's kind of interesting running Seattle Hemp Fest from Lisbon, Portugal, but if the pandemic did anything positive for us, it allowed us to get a little more comfortable with working remotely. So we're pretty excited about that. On the European front, things are getting pretty exciting. We've got some good projects going up in Canada right now with cannabis quality assurance and things of that nature. So I'm hoping by this time next month we'll have some really good announcements there. And in Europe, it's just chugging along. We did have a hemp fest in the Azores archipelago off the coast of Portugal here. It's kind of like the Hawaii of Portugal. It was not. It was maybe didn't quite live up to expectations on what we expected to see as far as viewership, but it also
was that last year. Was that last year when you had Dan out and all that?
No. This was afterward. That was one in Lisbon. This was an event that took place at the end of October, early November last year.
Okay.
We had to fly out to the Azores, and HempFest sponsored the entertainment act at the end of the Canna Azores exhibition. So it was a smaller show to help us get our feet wet. But what it did really demonstrate is, this is kind of tying it back in, that there's still a lot of stigma. I was really excited to come to Portugal because they decriminalized. They decided, they take drug use and treat it as an illness as opposed to a crime. So we don't have to fight to get prisoners out of jail for a plant as much. I mean, it's still a big issue here, not nearly as much as what we've got in the United States, but it's really interesting. Even though they've got this fairly liberal attitude toward the policy, the attitude of the population is still like, oh well, they decriminalized crack and marijuana at the same time, so cannabis must be the same as heroin, and it's sort of looped all the drugs together. So now this amazing plant medicine that I literally view as a nutritional supplement, not as a drug at all. Is socially classified as a toxic substance, whereas the sugar that they eat every day in abundance here in Portugal is a much more historically and physically harmful drug than cannabis would ever be. So it's kind of interesting the contradictions you have to deal with, but as a result of this pretty overwhelming social stigma, we're probably going to be looking at some other European countries a little bit more first, and then sort of swing back around this way. So it's like you said, when you're working in the cannabis space, you just got to be flexible, and especially in this day and age, with information flowing and as quickly as it is, and trends changing as quickly as they do, you got to be flexible. And so our plans are changing a little bit, but we're hoping all for the best. And
we're really proud of you for taking it on and having the bandwidth to help us end prohibition globally. That's kind of the stigma here that we want to get away from. The name of my movie is Lifer's Madness. It's called Reefer Madness, and we want to get away from that. We want to blow this up in a way that that we can sustain ourselves and these events. Sometimes these events are basically for the tribe, as opposed to the populace or to get to Biden and to end prohibition. And I'd like to help with media. I'm throwing my flag in there so we can do a new docu or a new set of blasting the nightly news so people can know that it's time.
Absolutely agreed. Yeah, and I mean that's it's one great thing about our industry is that we're largely a unified front in the United States. It's been another frustrating thing about Portugal is that they're fractionating already. There's this competition, and it's like they're only like 13 of you. Why are you breaking up into teams already? But I think that we speak from a much more unified front typically. Of course, there are politics in our industry as well. Politics enters into any organization that grows to two or greater. But
Especially where there's big money too,
yeah,
the
yeah,
competition hits there. I'd like to get you in tune with the people from ICBC. They're going to be in Berlin and in Spain in the next 2 or 3 months.
yeah. I actually just was in contact with him a little bit last week. I seen if it's even possible to see if there's it was Alex Rogers I've
Yes,
been talking with,
Alex.
and I it's a little late for me to speak at Spain, but we're planning on being at ICBC Spain in conjunction with Cannabis. That's only in about 40 days here, and then ICBC Berlin that takes place in May, and that show's absolutely blowing up. So we're already in contact with those guys. They're well aware of HempFest, and we're on their radar. So LFG. It's
Maybe we could even do a podcast booth there where HempFest sponsors it, and we interview people there, and we raise the vibration, and we can also have our NFTs there for HempFest and raise money for America HempFest.
I don't know if we'll have time to get all of our act together by the show here in March, but I think by the May Berlin show, which is going to be significantly larger. That's the thing is ICBC Spain is done in Barcelona is done in conjunction with Cannabis,
right,
which is a fairly good sized B2B show.
right.
But ICBC is strictly B2B, and I think that B2C aspect kind of takes a little wind out of their sails. And the difference in prices of tickets, it's like 10 times more to go to the B2B one,
right,
as the B2C. But the B2C show is also much bigger.
Well, any show that we're at or that we do a combined booth together there, I will do media, and then we'll have media to be able to use as production and promotion pieces to raise more money. And so I would love to again throw my hat in there. And everybody, we're on Weedsday today. That's Weedsday, everybody, and it's World 420 Day. We're with Eric Boone. He's giving us some updates from Europe, and we're just chatting around here about what's going on with ICBC, and they know me too. I've been to several of their shows in Canada, here in BC, and so I would love to to pursue that. I'll get in touch with with Mr. Rogers also, and Mr. Rogers, welcome to my neighborhood. So we'll chat offline about that, how to make that happen. But everybody, we're gonna roll through it here, and so we're excited. How is the city planners welcoming us back, or are they scared, or they're because the cops always loved it when we had HempFest, for 30 years. What's going on with the vibe there?
Well, I mean, nothing really hard and fast yet. It doesn't seem like anyone else is trying to pee on a fire hydrant for that weekend.
Great.
So it seems like I mean, like, who's to say? So it's still early times. But we've made our intentions known. Probably going to be short one park this year, but that shores up a lot from our standpoint logistically. Also looking at some some different staging solutions.
Yeah, smaller
be
is
legal.
better for coming back. Yeah, smaller is better. That'll be great. Well, I'm in, and we're with Eric Boone all the way from Portugal. So let's hear from Solo. You got a quote for us today, Solo?
Hey everybody, peace and blessings. Before I say anything, Uncle Jeff, I love you. First things first, today is February 1st. Today is Black History Month. That's what I want to say. That's the first thing I'm going to say on here. So to all the black, beautiful brown people out there in the cannabis community and also in Black History Month. So salute to everybody. That's the first thing I want to say.
And thank you so much, Eric, for joining us. We're gonna get a quote today from Solo. Maybe that'll bring the room into presence. Today is also a little bit about Jim Crow. So perfect. We got not a room full of you know what's the us, but we're all one, and that's what Bob Marley said. So hit us with a quote, Breezy.
So today's opening quote: "We are not giving a good life or a bad life. We are giving life. It's up to us to make it good or bad."
There we go. And is that anonymous?
Absolutely. Anonymous wrote that.
Anonymous. Okay. Senior Anonymous. Well, that's fantastic. Everybody, I'm going to share my screen with you. And because we have our brothers in arms here, let's optimize our sound here. And let's go in and share our screen again. Okay, check this out, everybody. This is what our show is dedicated to today, a World 420 Day.
Here's a scary fact. In 2014, 47,000 Americans died from drug overdose. That's a new record. But if you peel back the numbers, many of these Americans are not dying from illegal drugs. The big killer is not cocaine, meth, or heroin. Instead, totally legal opiate painkillers were the biggest cause of overdoses. How did we get to this point?
So in the 1990s, doctors were under a lot of pressure from advocacy groups and federal government to treat pain as this really serious medical issue.
And doctors still need an alternative to treating chronic pain. One option that has gotten surprisingly little attention is another contentious political issue, medical marijuana.
The research on pot, it's still pretty early in large part because there are so many restrictions. The research that has been done suggests pot is actually really good, not for every chronic pain patient, but for a lot of chronic pain patients. And unlike opioids, pot isn't linked to deadly overdoses. That doesn't mean it's perfectly safe, but it doesn't kill people in the way opioids do.
Studies also show that states with medical marijuana dispensaries tend to have fewer opiate overdose deaths. In the best study done so far, the research said that providing broader access to medical marijuana may have the potential benefit of reducing abuse of highly addictive painkillers.
I mean, I wouldn't say that medical marijuana is like the only option for dealing with opioids, but right now doctors are in a really bad position. They want to treat pain as a serious medical issue. The drugs that they were relying on, opioids, have caused this massive, very urgent crisis. And marijuana, it might not be the perfect solution, it won't work for everyone, but at least it's something to go on right now.
So, everybody, that's incredible news. So, the Jim Crow, as I know it, I will share with you, everybody, is that there's more black and brown people put in jail than white people. And so, what are we going to do about that? Let's do this here. Let's open up my 42-second video since we're on this screen. Everybody close your eyes or look at the spinning dial here in this beautiful video I made. There's 42 seconds, maybe a little bit more here. And visualize the prisoners coming home. Visualize world peace on every level and marijuana being sovereign again And on World 420 Day, we pray so much to bring all of our people home, our mothers, our fathers, our sisters, our brothers, our aunts and uncles, and to say I'm sorry. Well, everybody, I don't know about you, but I'm still praying and I'm hoping that we can make a difference. We're really blessed to have Hempfest in the house, to have Pop Mom, to have Jeannie 420 and Axel. Axel, on my opening, you'll see it at the end. We announced that we're getting some more traction on our NFT drop. So anybody that doesn't know what an NFT is, we got an NFWT. So we got a non-fungible weed token, and we're getting some help now that we're going to be dropping our drop to raise money for our projects and our global hat in the ring, to throw the hat in the ring. We're really excited, and we're blessed that things are moving here and about and all about. So tell me exactly what's going on with you, Jeannie 420. Come on in, Jeannie. Unmute yourself and tell us what's going on.
Hello, everybody. So, my brand new MMJ patient turned 73 yesterday, and he was telling everyone he was 72. And because he's been also 1 week on cannabis oil, he's been telling everyone that he's 72 because he's feeling like he's a year younger, like his pain is a year past him. Like, these are the things that I can report, and I can tell you it's been 1 week since I've been able to medicate him. And the animals as well, and they've responded in incredible ways. I think it's 1 month, actually, one month and 1 week to this day. But it's his birthday, his 73rd, and he went and had a physical, and the doctor showed him that absolutely everything was fine except for one thing that they had to look at. And the thing about Fridays is that there's always one thing. And the thing is that now he has the option of using cannabis in a way that he never thought of using it in his life, as oil, as food, as nurture. And if that one thing leads to the one thing that no one wants it to be, but we're very early stages, then he has the option today of using cannabis. And that's where we're at as his nurse intern, canna nurse intern, and as my patient. And I'm praying hard for the prisoners to come home and to be reunited with their families and to be able to enjoy the fruits of their labor in a time served that they didn't deserve. We need to give them the joy back, for sure.
Jeannie, would you like to go with me if I get to go see Lance? I want to go video Lance.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Would you? Yeah, we got to.
Can I bring Toby?
Yeah, of course you can. I mean, I asked Tracy many times, it's been years now. I said, get me in there. Let's film Lance, so.
Oh, brilliant. That's such a
Hit her up. Yeah, hit her up. Let's go get Lance. Even if we get him on a telephone, even if we get him on a telephone call, that'll be more than we've had. So, well, everybody, here's Lance. Here's Lance right here. Look, everybody. This young man's in freaking jail. You know, so we got his mom on. You can write to Lance Glore at Lance Glore number 44270-86 at FCI Sheridan, P.O. Box 5000, Sheridan, Oregon. And we'll just all get in my Volvo and go down and film him. Let's go. I know. You look great. Thank you so much for all you're doing for us. Ashley, we love to have you every week. What about Jim Crow? Tell us about your bad taste in your mouth for even what's going on. We don't have to talk about, the same people killing the same people. It's anything. We just want to make Jim Crow go away and have everybody equal rights for women, equal rights for your body, and all that stuff. Like I said, we don't get political on here in the literal sense. We just want to freaking bring everybody back to, La La Land like Bob Marley, and we are one. We are all the same color. So tell us a little bit about your take on Jim Crow.
And well, what can I add to what you said? I mean, exactly. We just want the harmony. We want the peace. There is no need to be fighting when you realize what this planet's capable of doing. Just like this man, they seem like, okay, my physical was really good, except that there's just one thing. But I've got options today that I never had before. And I'm feeling better in the 1 week, the 1 month that I've been using cannabis oil in my food, that I feel like a year has been taken off. Everyone needs to feel that way. Everyone needs to know that there's something more. And nobody needs to worry about going to work and getting paid less than this person or that person or anything of the sort. The ethnicity thing is so long gone, and the class thing, who cares? I mean, who really cares? Even in the class societies, do you really care? And if you give a fig, why? The thing you should care about is the thing that matters. And what matters is people. It's just always going to. So I think that, yeah, I'm on the side that just wants the harmony. And I just want the healing and the love to start beginning, and the smartness, because really it does make you wiser. That does make you wiser, truly. But they were using the wrong kind of bird. If they were doing safety meetings, if Jim Crow was doing safety meetings, they would be having this discussion. They wouldn't have to.
I'd like to make a movie.
And,
I'd like to make a movie on Jim Crow and have us all in there, and black and white and red and yellow and rainbow, and just be done with all this crap. I mean, look at the poster that I have today. Look at the poster I have today, everybody. The poster is, let's see if I can make it larger here. The poster is World 420 Day, and look at everything behind freaking bars, and it's medicine. As far as we know, we're hearing from a canna nurse now, because I'm not the one to tell you. Jeannie 420 is telling you that it does work with pain. We just saw that little video that I put together about pain and about marijuana being a potential. I mean, nobody's died from marijuana, but alcohol leaches your liver. I mean, be responsible when you smoke, everybody. And if you can't have smoke, then use a vape. And we're not promoting the act of imbibing. What we're promoting is to end prohibition. And so thank you, Jeannie, so much, so much. And so we're going to go to Crazy Pod Mom now. We'll bring you up on the booth here. Crazy Pod Mom, I know you. It's one of your favorite days of the week. Tell us a little bit about about not being out in the snow. What's going on?
It is so cold here. Yesterday it got really cold, so I took my walk in the dollar store and Sobeys.
That's really good.
I was like, I gotta figure this way. I'm not walking right now because I didn't get to bed till like 9:30 this morning, so I am like not functioning really yet. And I also have my rash back because you know how I said I didn't really want to test it to see if it was the glitter. Well, I had to test it and see if it's the glitter. I'm allergic to glitter.
Oh
I
no!
was allergic to glitter.
Oh no!
So, like, I was making these beautiful bottles, and I don't even have one around to show you because I'm allergic to it. I had to get it away from my room. But anyway, like these, I was having so much fun making these, and now I can't.
Not even with the charcoal mask?
Dude, I don't got no money for all this stuff. I'm already purchasing all this stuff to make my stuff, and everybody's like, oh, what about this? Make that. Try this. Try that. Like this now is my newest thing, which looks like my paintings. So I'm super excited. And as I'm making this, I'm seeing waterfalls. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So as I'm making this, there's a person online saying, I want that. I want that. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Because you don't really believe people, right? And then every time somebody came in the room, they were like, that's mine. So I was like, they're actually serious. So I've sold that one and the one I made 2 nights ago. So I found something else that I'm doing right now. So I'm pushing off the glitter, but I'm really sad about it. And I'm really, really itchy.
Isn't there organic glitter?
I don't know. I haven't looked into anything.
Hypoallergenic glitter would be great. Maybe there's marijuana glitter. Maybe there's 420 glitter.
There's edible glitter, and I do make edible glitter myself.
Oh, maybe Jeannie has some hypoallergenic glitter for you. That'd be great. That'd be great. We got Kim some organic nail polish, and I ordered some organic glitter nail polish for our New Orleans trip, and she was styling and blowing away the voodoo mavens out there. They were going, whoa, here she comes walking down the street, so that was pretty fun. Well, we're blessed to have you. Tell us a little bit about World 420 Day and Jim Crow.
I don't know anything about that, as I'm in Canada and I live under a rock and I'm in a funk with my health. So I don't really know about that. As ignorant as that is, I'm sorry.
Jim Crow is more blacks and browns are in jail for pot and for drugs.
I'm sorry. Okay, so I do. See, I'm just clueless because I'm clearly sick with this something because having the rash has changed me. So anyway, yes. I don't think anybody should have a say that extreme. Like, how does one person have such power? It doesn't make any sense. This all just needs to stop. It's just ridiculous. At this point, how is there racism? How are we discriminating against people? People are people. How do we not know that yet? I don't understand. It makes me sick. So that is how I feel.
Right. I mean, look at the movies we've had in our life and time. We've had Mr. Holland's Opus. I mean, movie. Yeah, but I'm just saying, what is going by. I got fired from my photography teaching job in Topanga, California, because they said science was more important than art, and so the science teacher won my class back, and that was it. That was the last I saw my W-2 form. So come on, Social Security, so the bottom line is, whoa, nice one. Are those stainless bottles or glass?
Stainless steel.
Oh, nice. Okay, beautiful. Well, I'm a hydrator by life. I made my own jars for years. Let's see if I have one here. I'll show you my jars here. That one is not. Let's see if I got one here that has a logo on it. I don't have one in my hand here, but I'm just looking because I normally do have one in my office here. Well, I made jars for drinking jars out of mason jars for years, and we also did nug jugs where we engraved, we sandblasted the weed leaf on your jar. So everything was glass that you drank out of. I had glass straws. And so I'm just a proponent of glass. And stainless is second best. Don't drink out of plastic, everybody, but stay hydrated. Stay freaking hydrated. So everybody give a round of applause for Crazy Pop Mom. We love you. We'll see you next time. And now we're going to bring up to the booth Mr. Axel. Axel, come on in. Tell us a little bit about Jim Crow, and tell us a little bit about our meeting yesterday. Give the world just a taste about. We're going to be dropping some NFTs here in the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months here, and blast the universe with the beautiful art projects together that we're working on.
Well, and not only that, but we're also looking at trying to get something in conjunction with that drop to be at our subject tent at HempFest this year. So we're looking at doing some Web3 type stuff for HempFest. So thank you, Eric, for allowing us some of that.
That's fantastic. I'm totally in on that. Well, and I'm getting in touch with China, my friend in Montana, to see if we can do some 3D, some lenticulars.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, and so everybody, we're looking at helping Duck with his drop for all his photography and artwork, and making some NFT projects out of it, and getting some funds towards the prisoners and MFest. So thank you for that too, Duck.
That's going to be great. And tell us a little bit about your take on the inequality for today's topic. No more Jim Crow.
Well, this may seem a little out of sorts. Even being a native, I'm Alaska native myself, but I don't know much of Jim Crow or understand much of it. I wasn't in the Midwest, and I was up in the Pacific Northwest, so I don't know much about it, and I feel ashamed about that part. So
it's the same with the Native Americans and the First Nations and all the Alaskanians. Everybody's, not looking at, they're looking at color instead of blindly going rainbow. So today's theme and topic is no more Jim Crow, that everybody's equal.
Well, obviously, I think all lives matter, right? And I'm not trying to piss anybody off, but everybody's important.
Totally. Everybody, and so we're dealing with it again in America. There's massive, gun violence and abuse of power. And so we'd like to use our power as adults that are conscious and that able to move through the universe and get things done. So let's have a great HempFest, everybody. Let's work closely with Eric and with Axel. Thank you, Axel. I'll get you our one sheet here on my story. Already been thinking about it. I'm finishing up some other stuff, and you got that for sure. We're gonna bring Miss Green up here, and because that's how we roll here. So, Miss Green, tell us a little bit about how your day's going and how cannabis enlightens you, or is your medicine that you don't think anybody should be in jail for a plant. You can unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. There. Unmute yourself. I wish I could unmute you. You're still muted. Mute, mute, unmute, unmute on your phone. Can you find it? Well, we can talk for you. We can say this is the lovely Kim. Kim is doing some recycling today, and you're muted, Kim. Can you unmute yourself? Can you find that button on your phone to
Oh,
unmute?
there it is. Now can you hear me? Go away, Kyrie.
We can hear you. Everybody give a round of applause for Kim. Kim is on board now finally.
Ham hooray! Ham hooray!
Okay, I have something to read.
Okay.
This is kind of my philosophy, and it says, I will look upon this day as a gift, not to be squandered. And I think that's a beautiful attitude every day to take, and just be grateful for the days that we have and thankful for small miracles. And then I have another little thing I wanted to read to you. It says, I went through a hard time recently, and this kind of gave me some strength. It says, through this experience, I will find in myself new strength and wisdom, perhaps even joy. So there you go. Things can be hard sometimes, but never fear, joy is near. And that's all I have to say. Thank you, Jeff, so much for this program.
And what about your take on Jim Crow for our
Jim Crow.
theme
I'm
today?
glad you asked me, because I have a huge take on that. It's as though the South won the Civil War. And ever since then, the other side has been trying to limit our vote. And that's the way they're doing it. And they're lying. And I'm sorry to get political, but that's the Jim Crow is propaganda, lying, and money, and also limiting the people's ability to vote, and also the people's ability to get true information, get honest facts. It's okay to lie, and it shouldn't be okay to lie. So that's what I think. Okay.
Well, I'm there with you because we're watching, Russia,
It's ridiculous.
we're watching Pakistan, we're watching people that are blowing up mosques, we're watching the bullet industry, we're watching,
Military industrial complex.
well, we're watching so many people profit off of harming other humans, and we know that dogs are people too. You wouldn't want somebody to kill your dog, or you outlive your children. So everybody, we're with Kim. Kim is a beautiful soul on the planet, ready to do the good fight. We just got back from New Orleans. Kim and we had a great time.
My fingernails.
We're there. You go.
Polish.
Organic nail polish. We don't know where Lala went today, but I sent her some info, and we'll have Lala back on next week. But in the meantime, everybody, I'm going to have final words here today. Solo, do you have a final quote for us?
Absolutely, definitely got a final quote. Give me one moment. Go ahead and speak, Uncle Jeff, and then I'll close you out with it.
Okay, so we have a final quote from Solo. Everybody's at the top of the hour. And Kim is doing her marijuana bamboo. It looks like freaking marijuana. Is that black bamboo?
Yeah. Well, let's see.
That's a beauty. We should bring some
behind me. That's my black bamboo.
We should bring some to my house.
Oh yeah, you can have all you want. I got tons of it.
Yeah, well, there we go. So it's an amazing day, everybody. We had 42 seconds of cosmic sound and meditation for World 420 Day. And Solo, did you find your closing quote?
Absolutely. I actually got two of them to close the show today.
Okay, here we go.
Can I say hey to my brother Solo real quick? Hey, my brother Solo.
Uncle Axel.
Shout out. Okay, Solo.
Man, I can't wait. All right, so today's closing quotes. This first one is quoted by John Quincy Adams. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader.
Okay.
Second quote is for everybody in this room and the stoners, and this fits perfectly around everything we're talking about today, the Jim Crow laws and everything like that. Even me being a stoner and a cannabis activist, this one goes on for everyone. Before you start to judge me, step into my shoes and walk the life I'm living. And if you get as far as I am, just maybe you will see how strong I really am.
Recognize each other, everybody. Everybody hold up 3 fingers for our thank you poster. 3, forward. Okay, we got it. Jeannie, we can barely see you. Here we go. Hang on just a minute. I lost our view there. Go back to gallery. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. Okay, it's been a beautiful day, everybody. I'm going to share my screen and roll out of here. I'm going to have a final quote here, everybody. I'm going to say hemp, hemp, hooray. May nobody be in jail for a plant. And may we all have, you know, some Portugal and Uruguay in us and make everything free that is not opiates and that's not going to kill our liver and that's going to be just get it. Let's just get it, everybody. Get the stigma off pot. We'll see Eric in Hempfest Europe and Hempfest America. And thank you, everybody, for joining us. I'm going to roll out of here because we're at 101. It's really a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I used to have a show called Mr. Rogers for my raw food show because I'm a raw vegan, everybody. 20 years. And I get 80-20. I have 80% raw food in my diet. And so it's really a beautiful thing to stay healthy and to stay hydrated and to help to let you know that Lance Glore is still in jail. We want to go visit him and bring Leonard Peltier home too. So everybody, I'm going to share my screen with you now and do our rollout. And actually, you can see our little NFT shout out here in our rollout. So here we go, sharing our screen. And here we go. Let's see here. That's our 420 thing. Let's go and let's go boom, 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 boom. So we are going to roll out of here in a magnificent way here. Absolutely. We're going to go 140. 140 here, and we are going to go boom. Here we go. So we're going to go boom with QuickTime and love you all. Here we go. As we go back in our memories of all of the OGs we have ever met, we remember where we've been. Radiotron, Ice-T. My path has been so blessed with so many people. And now we have the new green farming. We're going to end prohibition, everybody. Let's get this party started. Good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Somewhere it is time for breakfast. Weedsdays says the Jim Crow is out of proportion on the planet, and today we will touch on that. And it's WORLD420 Day, everybody. We'll take a 42-second meditation and visualize all prisoners being free in 23. NFT drop coming, everybody. Hemp Hemp Hooray. Thank you for joining us today, episode 140. I know you can imagine all the prisoners coming home, and as green as my screen, we're going to call it a day and love you up, everybody. I'm coming back to our little room here. We've got Crazy Pop Mom, we got Breezy and Eric Boone still left in the room. We love you all. Axel's here, and everybody just stay hydrated and stay medicated, and share the word that we have to end prohibition maybe this year. So free in 23, everybody. I'm going to say adios, amigos, and I'll post the YouTube on my Facebook, everybody, so you can share it with everybody for today's episode. And one of these days, I'll get the rest of our episodes up on my site. That's relief-foundation.org, or you can go to lifersthemovie.com. So we got it all up on my little screen there. Love you all. Hemp Hemp Hooray. And if I could, I'd be with you all. But like Eric has said, it's a marvelous thing that we're getting used to manifesting reality through the internet. So Breezy, we're going to get you some work in the hemp industry. Pop Mom, we're going to get your trays. We're going to blow those up. And Axel's going to help us to get our NFTs going. And Freedom Grow right here is going to help us to get the money we're going to raise to the prisoners and the prisoners on stage when we do our concert that we're trying to do at Oakland Coliseum with 42,000 people. So let's do it. 42,000 NFTs, everybody. Let's get it done and celebrate the end of prohibition. Love you, everybody. Peace in the Middle East and in your heart. And I love you so much, everybody. Peace out.